Well, hello out there, Putnam Voice of Business listeners. We're delighted that you're back on The Voice. Nat here with my good friend and partner, Nick D'Andrea. Nick, lovely seeing you.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
I love it when you switch up the roles. So why don't you introduce us to our latest great guest?
Yeah, I have the honor today to introduce Putnam County and our listeners and you to a good friend of mine, John Migliaccio. Johnny Miggs, you got a lot of
Johnny
names.
Miggs, okay.
One of the hardest working guys I know of Trio Pizza. Unfortunately, we do not have his partner today, Mike Lubick. He's training for a big boxing match coming up. But Miggs is here with us today. John is here with us today. John, give us a little background about yourself and about Trio Pizza.
A little background about myself. I'm John Migliaccio, 36. Live in Mahopac. Own a pizzeria in Somers, border of Mahopac. Out the back door of the pizzeria is Mahopac. Been in the restaurant industry over 20 years. And opened the pizzeria March 18th was 1 year.
Just over a year ago.
Just over a year ago. In the blink of an eye. It's a year.
Yeah. How's it been? First year. Tell us about it.
First year, breathtaking. It's very nerve-wracking in the beginning. But slowly but surely you just fall into a routine, into a rhythm, and we really hit the ground running. Never really had any issues. There was issues, obviously, with the ins and outs of how we actually run the place and the flow of everything. And there's been bumps in the road, but nothing that's actually derailed us. So we're very lucky in that aspect. But it's been a lot of time, a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like hands down, I was actually, not to say it like that, but I was in the shower the other day and we were just coming off of a Friday. Fridays are usually always busy, but busy plus Lent on a Friday is nobody's eating meat.
Yeah.
So everybody's coming in for pizza.
Yeah.
And we were so busy to the point where we actually had to, turn off do you hear about this? Turn off all the online ordering.
I did.
We had to turn off all the online ordering because the amount of tickets that were coming in, we just couldn't keep up with any of it. Like there was tickets were hanging down almost to the floor. And the following morning, I'm sitting in the shower and I'm in the middle of washing my hair and I just started to laugh. I just started to chuckle. I'm just like, what the hell was that? And it's just, people were there waiting on top of the 30 minutes that we were giving them, or 45 minutes. They were in the place waiting for 30 minutes and they weren't mad. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
And my partner Michael even said, he goes, I never saw people happy to be waiting for 30 minutes. And that just goes to show what we're doing seems to be on the right path. We're not always perfect, but we do rectify where we fall short.
Oh, there's got to be more to it than that. The pizza must be great. What is that? What's the key here?
Blind taste tests of like DiGiorno and our pizza. No.
Yeah. You beat the DiGiorno.
Yeah, but by a smidgen.
You're right.
No, there's a lot of things that I believe separate us from other pizzerias. But we do everything very meticulous. There's no eyeballing. Like we don't, like if I'm making the dough, I don't eyeball the amount of flour, the amount of water. Everything is weighed down to the gram. So for the most part, you're getting the most precise routine. The only thing that could really change with what we're making is the temperature of the air.
Yeah.
Which can all be adjusted with making it a little bit colder.
Yeah.
But besides
I
that,
didn't realize it was quite as technical as that.
Oh, that's a sign.
oh, it's up. It's crazy because you
just throw. I thought it was just you guessed.
A lot of people do. So a lot of the old school guys, like even if you ask like an Italian grandmother, what's your recipe? Oh, pinch of this, pinch of that, and they do everything by eye because they can taste it.
Yeah.
But baking is a complete science. If you take a little bit too much salt, you take a little bit too much yeast, or not enough of one thing and too much of another, it's completely different. It's night and day different. The humidity in the air will throw off how the dough comes out. And it's so crazy to see it because you sit and you're like, people are like, oh, Florida pizza is no good. But I think that people in Florida with a pizzeria don't realize that the air has a lot of moisture in it and they can't really figure that out. Or they haven't figured it out yet. And whoever has, they probably have a great pizzeria in Florida.
Isn't that wild?
It is. I had no idea.
You don't always think about these things, and you probably had to learn a lot of it as you went too, right? I'm sure there's a lot of mistakes that you made, and a lot of learning and figuring it out and making it right.
It turns into a magnificent obsession.
It does,
It's
right?
like, it's sick. It's sick. Now we even we started making pasta. So now it's just like, okay, now we made the pasta. I'm like, damn, that pasta is really good. What else can I put into that mix? Like, can I put like pepper in it? Like black pepper, and make like a black peppercorn pasta, or like a jalapeno pasta, spinach. All these things you start toying around with. Like, you have these industrial machines, like, why not?
Yeah.
And we're giving something that is a top of the line product. And we're trying to just be comparable to everybody else. We're trying to just bring back like what pizza is and should be, opposed to just making it. Obviously, listen, we own a business. We're looking to make money.
Sure.
But we're also looking to have a spot where I have ladies that are like 75, 80 that come in and they're talking about the pizzeria in Harlem that they used to live next to. And I think it was like called Full Moon Pizza. And this lady comes in 3 or 4 days a week. She grabs a slice, a soup, and 2 garlic knots. And just because it reminds her of the pizzeria that she used to eat back in the day.
Wow, that's cool.
That is
And
awesome.
it's just different. It's just, that's what we're trying to achieve. We're not trying to be better than anybody else. We're just trying to be a little bit different. And I think we're achieving that.
Yeah, I think
that's a good story.
Obviously, I'm a big supporter of your business, and will continue to do so. I think you guys do put out an exceptional product. I think that your mind is always spinning to make something different, something cool, something new. But at the same time, I think that a big part of your appeal is how you feel when you walk in there, right? You have yourself, you have Mike, you have your staff that is smiling no matter what.
Yeah.
Right. Like you said the other night, when I drove by at about 5:30 on Friday, and when I tell you, you couldn't get a car in the lot, there was people parked down Route 6.
What kind of a circumstance is it? Are you part of a strip? Are you your own separate location?
We're a standalone building. We have, I want to say, 13 spots just in the front of the building, like right in the front. And then you have some that go down the side. You have an area right next to the sidewalk where people park. Whether or not it's good, there's people that park on 6. And I'm just sitting, I'm like, this isn't safe. Like, this isn't good. People parking around back, and because we have a bunch of space out back, but people go and park in the back. And there was actually, that's on Friday, there was a Somers PD that came in, and he was like, I was trying to get in here earlier. I'm like, what do you mean? He's just like, I could not get into the parking. He's like, I circled around twice, and then I went, and then I came back. It was like 8:45. He was just like, I was starving.
You couldn't get in the place, and again, I think obviously the pizza is fantastic, but the atmosphere is just as good, if not better. Which and me being a friend of John and Mike's, I was very honest with them in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really sure if that slice is great, or I'm not really fond of that idea. But constructive criticism, right? And it was all to help out as best I can. But what never changed was how you felt when you got in the place.
Yes.
Which I think obviously you guys know from your experience in the restaurant industry and how that goes a long way. And I think you instill that in your employees, which is super.
Yeah, it's night and day, because it's very easy to walk into a place, and if you get something that's bad and you didn't have a warm welcome, or you didn't have a staff that was having a conversation with you or friendly to you, it's very easy to never walk back into that place again.
Yeah.
We give, when there's something goes wrong, we promise to make it right. Like, if we have a lot of orders that are going out, and one of the kids, and again, like I say kids, we actually have a lot of kids from the community that work there.
Yeah.
They work the front. And we're very lucky with the staff that we have, the kids, the amount of high school kids who've never worked before that have picked up so much knowledge, and they see what we do and they emulate it, and they're trying their best to emulate it. And when something goes wrong, can you please call them? And I call the lady back, get their address, and bring it to them. And they're thinking that I'm sending a kid to go drop it off. And when it turns up, it's me or my partner, Michael.
Yeah.
The owner is bringing it to you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They see that it means a lot. And it's not out of like, oh, look, here I am. like giving it back to you, please give us more of your money. It's a genuine thing because it could ruin your dinner.
Yeah.
Like people don't really take that into consideration, how important a meal is.
Most people, is it an eat-in place or?
There is seats. We do have seats. It's not like, so if you've never been to Traditions, but Traditions is you walk in, you sit down, they do takeout, but they're more of you sit down and hang out. Yeah. We have tables. I would consider a quick service. You come in, you pay, you sit down, you eat, you go.
Yeah.
But down the road, who knows what it turns into?
Yeah.
But we have, during the summer, we have outside seats and it's music outside and it's just nice.
Sounds great.
It's just very nice.
Yeah.
And as to what you're saying is it has to be welcoming. Like, so when you walk into that place, I want everybody to know everybody that works there. I want the kids to start to recognize the people that are walking in. You have people that come in. There's a husband and a wife that have 3 kids. They come in, I think it's like 6 o'clock every Friday night. They get 4 salad slices and like 2 of the regular slices. And that's what they like clockwork. They come in and they get it. And that's like, it's just crazy to see it. And I love to see it. And I love to hear people say how much they enjoy it and how much it's good to have a new pizzeria that's doing something a little bit different. Yeah. Because there is so many pizzerias. There are. Gosh. It's a plethora of them.
There must be within 2 miles. There must be 4 or 5.
Yeah. 8. I'm gonna say like 8 or 9. And it's just like it's so simple that you walk in and you get something that's bad. I'm not one to waste food, but if there's something up in the window, me or my partner, we're training the kids. If you see something that you would turn your nose up at, that you would, no, don't give me that slice, give me that slice. Get that slice out of the window. Don't let it go out because you never know who could be walking in, who's going to leave. Maybe it's somebody like you who has a platform or Dave Portnoy. Yeah. And they walk in and they get a bad pie. Could you imagine? That's not worth the risk. Yeah. Just get rid of it because it's going to be a lot more detrimental than throwing away $2 slice versus getting a bad reputation. And that's something that we try to do. And it's painful to do it. We don't want it to happen, but it does happen. It's the reality. We're not robots. Accidents and mistakes happen.
So I think Nat would agree. A pizzeria is not really our target guest for the Voice of Putnam County business, right? And that's not necessarily why you're here. It's because of what you just said. It's because of your attitude towards your business, how you treat it, the work you put into it, and the care that you have and the know that you have of the community that you're in. I think you guys understand where you are.
Yeah.
I think you understand your audience, and I think you understand the quality that you have to provide both atmosphere-wise and food-wise.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a big thing for you.
We have, so like they call South Florida or like Boca, South New York, right? It's all New Yorkers that live down in South Florida.
Yeah.
Where we're at, Yorktown, Mayapack, Carmel, Somers, it's all people from the Bronx have moved up. And now if you have mediocre pizza, they walk in. I'm from the Bronx. I know good pizza. I'm like, I get it, bro. I know. I know.
Yeah, I like a good
pizza. And it's nerve-wracking because you hear that and it holds weight.
Yeah.
And when you see that, they like it and they're like, that's a good slice of pizza. It's gratifying. Like the second week that we were, I don't even know if I told you this, the second week that we were open, 2 people walked in and they were in suits. And I just happened to overhear them. They were looking for coffee. They thought it was the deli. Mm-hmm. And they were coming in looking for coffee. And I heard them and they had Italian accents. And I was just like, so where are you guys from? And the lady goes, Milan. And I'm like, I said, what do you want, espresso? I said, I'll make you 2 espressos. I have a little espresso machine. Made them 2 espressos. And I was just like, I'm looking at the margarita pizza. I was like, I'm going to bring them a slice. I'm just going to give them a slice. And I don't want anything for it. I just want to hear what they have to say about it. I'm not exaggerating. The lady had like a tear in her. I don't know if it was like allergies or what. She goes, it reminds me of home.
Wow.
And I'm just like, I'm sitting there, I'm walking back inside like,
Cass County.
Nice. Nice. Because that's exactly like what you're looking for. We're looking to emulate something more of an Italian pizza, but knowing the fact that you can't go full Italian Neapolitan style because you're never going to have a New York business. doing strictly Neapolitan to go.
Right.
Like it won't happen.
Yeah.
So we did like a New York style Neapolitan, puffy crust, but still crispy and crunchy. So it's like a hybrid. And we've just, the amount of accidents that have happened that led us to where we're at today is just, it's comical because they were like, whoops, like square pies. We offer 90% of our pizzas are squares, all by accident. We were only supposed to do rounds, all by accident.
Did you buy the boxes first or second?
Well, we have a decent amount of the square boxes for the Sicilian,
Yeah.
but then it just turned into an abundance of the Sicilian boxes.
Yeah.
But it's mistakes lead to, I guess, innovation, because it's crazy what we've turned our pizza into from day one and from before we opened to what it is now. It's just crazy.
Well, I want to hear about some of the struggles you had early on. So I know that you guys, there was 3 owners, right? There was
Yes.
3, and now there's 2.
Yeah.
That's where the name Trio came from.
I believe so, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, to me, especially when you're opening a business, you're starting a business fresh, there's always some growing pains.
Yeah.
Right? That's got to be a big one for you guys. How did you overcome losing somebody that you thought was going to be with you for a long, long time? And then how do you feel after the fact? How do you feel you're doing now?
I'm a control freak when it comes to something that I have my money invested in.
Sure.
I'm a control freak. Even when I was strictly working for Michael, I didn't want to see, I treated it like it was mine when it's not. But losing the third partner, I don't feel that it affected us. Because we were taking everything in stride. And a lot of the times where I wasn't supposed to be there, I was still there. So I was still doing my run of the mill stuff, even when I wasn't supposed to be there. And now the fact that he has gone, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
More money.
Yeah. That,
Right.
there is that. But again, just going back to, there's a lot of sacrifice in opening up a business. And I think that it could be looked at as a very easy thing. Oh, I'm opening my own business. I make my own hours. No, you don't get to make your hours because it's 24 hours. It's nothing about being made. It's a continuous thing. And people can think that you have all of this freedom, which you don't. Like, my phone rings, I'm answering it. If I'm on vacation, I don't want to hear, oh, I didn't want to call you and tell you you were on vacation. Not that I take vacations. But
Yeah, that's one day.
yeah, if I'm my day off, I don't want to hear, oh, I didn't want to tell you or call you that we needed something because you were off. No, I'm never off. I was raised by a man who owns a business. My mother, the same thing. Like, she dropped what she was doing when she had to go to, her job needed her, she dropped what she was doing and she went. My father, the same thing. He was taking us on vacation. He's picking up his phone. It never turns off. You're never off the clock.
Yeah.
Because you're important for what reason? You know how to do the job. So if you weren't needed, you wouldn't be valuable. So that's really like what I think.
Yeah, that's good.
So one of the other things that, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but the Putnam County Business Council, we're a lot of things, but one of the things that we are is an advocacy group, and we do talk to elected officials and politicians that are in local, state, and federal government that are, our goal is to try to help businesses like yourself. I know that you're over the border in Westchester County,
Yeah.
but is there anything that holds you back from doing your business efficiently that needs to be spoken about?
The only real hiccup that we had was more of a state issue, like the state DOT. Again, I know that they probably have piles and piles of papers. We needed to tie into the sewer, and the sewer was actually right in our parking lot, but just coincidentally, it was over the line. No exaggeration. To Route 6, owned by the state.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm saying, I'm like, that's not even theirs. It's our parking lot. And then you get the site plan, and it's like that.
Oh my gosh. Put Matt on it, right? Let's get that fixed up.
Well, I mean, we were bouncing some ideas off. He never gave us any input. No. And it was just a long getting paperwork lost to the point where I literally hand delivered it. Hand delivered. I did it once, did it twice, emailed it. It was very tough to get the lady on the phone. We were lucky enough, I guess, to get the phone number to her secretary, and it took months.
This is the New York State Department of Transportation you're trying to get through to.
Yes, yeah, to the point where I drove down to Valhalla, and then the lady wasn't there, and then there was somebody there that would say, "I'll take it." I said, "No." I said, "Call her on the phone." I held it and I did not let it go until I heard her say, "Yes, hand it to that gentleman." And that's when I handed it to her. I handed it to him. And it still took another 2 months after that
To get them to make a little adjustment or to
to
write you out of the plan.
okay us to do the work that we needed, that we weren't going to need to close down Route 6. And I think it was July. It was July the first time I handed in the papers. I gave the papers and then the papers got lost. And then I did it again and it got lost in translation. And then I was like, all right, I'm getting into the car because now I'm thinking I have two partners and they're thinking like, I'm just walking in, throwing it onto the desk. That's how I think. Like if I say that I'm going to do something and then it doesn't get done, it's my fault regardless of how it happens.
Yeah,
I was the one that was carrying it. She didn't get it or lost it or mixed it in with files or garbage and threw it out. But that was like the real hiccup that we've had. Everything else, any of the town stuff, they've been great.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, for us at least. So everything with the town and county, no issues.
Good. And then you guys finally just recently connected to the sewer or working on it?
Yeah, we just we turned it on Saturday morning.
Just happened.
Just happened.
Yeah.
So they're actually waiting for the rain to stop to put the black top down over the pipe, but we're connected. We're connected to the sewer system. So
Good.
now it's
So, Johnny, tell us one more time that your success is best attributed to the atmosphere you create and the quality of your pizza?
yeah. I believe it's first the atmosphere.
That's tough to do in a walk-in situation.
It is.
How do you do it? Because you're biggest fans here on the show.
Yes. Well, I mean,
love coming in.
I'm throwing it out there to him. Dino.
Yeah, one of my employees.
He's the number one fan, apparently. They all think that he has a piece of Trio pizza.
I see. Just at the door, welcoming people in.
It's different because normal pizzeria, I'm only using
I go to
pizzerias
pizza for none time, and I'm not impressed.
because now, do they call you to come and get your slice off the counter? A lot of the pizzerias, the slices are up and they slide them across the counter and they go back to doing what they're doing. We actually bring it out to you. Not that it's warranted, not that it's needed. A lot of the people are like, what? No, I got it. It's just different. We're trying to offer a different service. It's a more welcoming, like a mom comes in with 3 kids. One of them is an infant. She really has to get up and come and grab the 5 slices that she has to bring them. No, I have 3 kids that are working behind the counter. They can bring them to you.
Yeah.
Just sit, relax, and enjoy. And that just opens the door for flexibility if we do mess something up. If something gets messed up, we're making it right. We're still bringing you your food. And I know that it sounds small, but it's different.
No,
It's different.
It could make a lasting
relationship. And I don't even want to say it. It was messed up. So like, I think it was Saturday. There was a lady that came in and she had ordered a pizza and she was dressed very nice. And it was like the end of the day. And I saw that she was like visibly stressed out about something. And I talk to people a lot. And she was asking what the slices were. And I was explaining to one of the slices. She's like, "Oh, that's really good." She goes, "How much is that?" I said, $4.95. She goes, "Oh." She's like, "I'll get it next time. I just ordered a pizza." I said, and it was closer to the end of the night. I said, "You know something?" I told one of the kids, I said, "Throw that in the oven, throw it in a box for her, let her have it." And in that 30 seconds, she takes a phone call and she now is visibly upset. And she's talking to somebody about something. And she goes to me, she goes, "You know something, I was having one of the worst days possible, one of the worst days imaginable." And I was just like, now I sat and like this and I'm listening to her. And she goes, "My father died today."
Oh.
And she was everything was going wrong. And her father must have been sick.
Yeah.
It wasn't the whole thing, but she said, "God, just like throw me a bone." And she correlated me giving her that slice
Yeah.
Yes, and I was
From
just like,
time to time, the divine intervenes.
yes. And you know something?
Absolutely.
It wasn't. I didn't know that at first, and it was somebody that was interested in trying something. And I even said it to her. I said, she was like, "You're gonna give me that?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You're gonna like it. I know you're gonna like it. You're gonna come back and you're gonna order the pie." And I said it to her flat out. She goes, "You're right." I said, "Okay." And then she told me that, and I'm sitting there. And I went out from behind the counter. I gave her a hug because I couldn't imagine. She goes, "I have my mom in the car who has dementia. I have to move her in with me today."
Oh,
And I'm sitting there. I'm just like, it's crazy to think because I'm not doing it for any other reason than it's a kind gesture.
yeah.
And then when it turns out on the tail end of that, that lady was having a terrible day.
Yeah.
And one little slice of pizza
Made a difference.
makes a difference.
That's great. Well, that's the kind of stuff that makes a successful place as opposed to one that didn't.
And I just don't want it to come off thinking like, oh yeah, I knew this lady was going through something and I did
Right,
that.
no.
Because it's a genuine thing. When we do that, that's like something that we do. If somebody's interested in something or they want to try something, but they already ordered their 5 slices or 6, just take it, try it.
Take it.
And now you know. It's a
Good
sample.
success.
Like,
Kind of, I wish you were. I mean, it's probably a 45-minute trip from my house to
Where you at?
your place. Other side of the county, Phillipstown, live on the
I
river.
don't even know what that is.
That's right. It's as far west.
Putnam County.
It's as far west as Putnam County.
I'm gonna bring you some trio at our next in person.
Yeah, I would.
That's what
I
I'm gonna
really
do.
like it.
Yeah.
We didn't have it where you got the other day.
No,
Wasn't
that was a
one?
last minute thing.
And
You had to say that, Nat. You had to say that. It was.
Oh, you were in the wrong part of town. You were up against the time
It
limit.
would have been cold by the time I got up there. Nobody was like. But John, listen. Before we wrap up, just give our listeners, our entrepreneurs, the ones that want to be entrepreneurs, just one tidbit of advice of what it takes to take that jump and become successful like you're doing right now.
taking that leap. So like taking that leap, having the faith in something that you truly believe in, and knowing that it's going to come with work and that it's not going to be easy, and not to derail yourself when you do hit a bump in the road, because there's been plenty of times where we could have just been like, you know, something, I don't think this is going to work. You had a hiccup here, a hiccup there,
Yeah.
something
What we can.
and cut your losses and go. Roll the dice and see the vision through is something that, as long as it's an educated vision,
Sure.
I think that it's see it all the way through. Don't turn your back on it. If it's taking longer than expected, let it take its course. But don't throw the towel in too soon, because down the road you could be very upset.
Yeah.
That's
Great.
Yeah.
That's all.
Pleasure to have you, John.
My pleasure.
I'll find my way over there, or once Nick seeds me up.
I'll get it to you.
I'll have it dropped off the next time you guys do this.
I probably should have told you to bring a couple slices today.
Well, I can tell you, I don't eat pizza in Putnam County, in Westchester County, or the Bronx, by the way, very few places. And your pizza is amazing.
Thank you.
I grew up in Brooklyn, Staten Island, where the real pizza.
There's gonna be an argument.
That's a
forever.
whole other argument. Leave me out of that one.
But yeah, and I mean, I don't get out very often, but that's the only place I will eat.
I appreciate it.
But
So
That's great.
good.
It's good for you.
I
And
appreciate it.
congratulations
Oh,
on
it's
a
amazing.
successful
Thank you.
business. That's really nice.
John, thanks for being on
My
today.
pleasure.
We appreciate you. We appreciate Trio Pizza, and we are excited to see you go further and further.
Thank you. Likewise.
Great job.
It was a
Good job,
pleasure.
John.
Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you.
Thank you.